On this video, I'm going to tell you which accessories I use every single day with my Inmotion v14 50S and what is the pros and cons of all of them. So if you want to know that and much more, stay tuned until the end of the video. So the first accessory that I want to talk is about charging, because in the end of the day, is maybe one of the most dangerous things that you have, that is charging your electric unicycle. So if I can increase the amount of protection that I have with my EUC, I'll definitely do it. And also I would like a little bit of flexibility to charge, because when we look to the original charger of Inmotion, this one is a massive brick that only allow you to charge at 3 amps. So definitely not the best. So when we look here, here is my other charger, the one that I normally charge my v14 50S, and I'm talking about the charger from PeteZoom. And as you can see, it's the same size, but is not as tall as this one. And this one I can charge much faster my electric unicycle than with the original one. So definitely a plus. But besides to use that fast charging device from PeteZoom, I also use their smart charger. So in other words, I can customize here how much amps I want to charge my wheel. So in other words, like you do with a car, that you have an electric car at home and you want to charge it up to 90%, I'll be able to customize in here. And the big advantage is even if you go to sleep and your wheel is still charging, you will turn off after you reach that threshold that you have put it, so definitely a plus. Another big advantage is the fact that you just have to change the head and you'll be able to use exactly the same charger to every single wheel that you have. But it's not all perfect, because when we look to the PeteZoom charger, the fast charger is super loud, and it continues to be super big and super heavy. Maybe in the future they will be able to deliver something that is a little bit smaller, that is a new version of this one that have like a small screen. And they have sent me this recently, so I was expecting maybe to receive that one, but for some reason I have received this version without the screen. But on the screen is touch screen, and you'll be able to change all the information and everything that you want to configure, so definitely a plus. But in this case, I use these two products together and I use every single day, making my head a little bit less worried that something can go wrong when I'm charging my electric unicycle. One thing just to have in consideration is when you are choosing which head is to put on your v14 50S or any other electric unicycle, be sure that you have the right one to avoid that you have like a shortcut, and in other words, you can damage the charging port on your wheel or even the charging port on your fast charging. So the big advantage of having a fast charging, in my opinion, if you charge at home, is to charge a little bit faster to avoid that you are still charging your electric unicycle at night. So in other words, you avoid to go to sleep and you still have it plugged in. When we talk about noise, is super loud. That is an advantage and disadvantage. The first disadvantage is obviously the noise, but the big advantage is that you will not forget to unplug this one. So the next upgrade that I've done is this horn in here, and I have to say that I have tested the other horn, the cheapest and the not so powerful solution that PeteZoom have basically to offer you, and I have to say that this one is much better. But the remote control continues to be exactly the same. I'm not going to show really close because I have already reviewed this remote on the past, but this horn is super loud, is really loud. And the good thing about it is that even cars, they can see you. So one of the things that I noticed with other horns from PeteZoom is that I was not visible enough for people, even because if they have headphones they couldn't hear me, or to cars they couldn't hear me whatsoever. With this one, believe me, everyone will hear you and they will just move away, or you'll be able through this button to avoid some accidents, so definitely a plus. When we look here on the back, I have obviously the battery of this device. You have battery for a long period of time, but there is two things that I think that PeteZoom can do better. One of them is the cable that goes through. It's a little bit on the short side and it's really difficult to just plug it in and to put my hands in between to do this. So definitely something that I hope that they can improve on the next generation. But the biggest complaint that I have about this product is the fact that if the battery is super low, the horn will start playing around all the time, because that thing happens when it was raining a lot. So I thought that the remote was gone because it had some water and it was not really responsive. But yeah, I could stop for 2 seconds and restart playing. So I thought, okay, something went wrong in here, but it's not the case. It was literally because the battery was too low. So what you need to do is avoid to have the battery low on your horn, otherwise you can't really stop it from making the noise. If you consider to charge it every week to avoid that you reach that threshold, it's an amazing product from Pitzoom, and I have to say that I feel much safer by using it every single day. So the next accessory that you can basically install on your wheel is basically the adapter here to bring your pedals down on your V14 50S from eRides. And I have to say that was a massive upgrade for me, because I found that the pedals on the V14 50S, they were too high like it happened on the Inmotion V11, and I don't get it why Inmotion didn't deliver to us a solution like they had on the V12, because the V12 was the first one to be able to change the height on your pedals, so you could adjust on the configuration that was more suitable for you and for the situation that you were riding with. But with the V14 50S you didn't have a solution, but installing this one from eRides will allow you to sort part of the problem, because I really think that for solving everything you need to change the tire. The next one is related with rain and is the bike guard, and I have to say I have done the full review. I hope that you guys have seen. If you don't have seen, I definitely recommend you, because it's not a cheap product but made me like to ride even if it's raining, something that was definitely not a reality. And it works super well, it's super strong, the quality is there. Yes, it's not cheap, but it's going to make you safer if it's raining. So let me know in the comments below which accessories you think are worth it, and if you are using any of these 4. My name is Marco, this is Madpack. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, smash a thumbs up, do whatever you want, but always with a smile on your face, and I hope to see you in the next one.